Okay, welcome everybody who is here today. We're just going to be on here for a couple hours. Promised myself I would be good and actually do videos. Why do I have a cam link and a cam link too? I only have like 19 of these. Looks like I left my closet open. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started today. No, we don't need to restore anything. Yeah, welcome. How are y'all in the chat doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're ready to participate in some challenges and to chat with me and to do all of the commands. Can you get closer to my mic so that I'm closer to my mic? I don't want to go to golang.org. Oh, that's probably a good place to have. We can add that to the README though. I wanted to go to GitHub. So today I'm just going to be working on my Intro to Go course. We should add a command for that. Let's go ahead and we'll add a command for that as well. I have not taken the time. Hey! Welcome back. I'm doing great. Took my dogs to the park, and I seem to be figuring out a way to manage all of the internet freezes that happen. I'm calling my ISP on Monday, so that we can get these streams behaving way better. Like, they're just being a pain. They're definitely being a pain. How's your day? Are you having a good Sunday? Remind me. You're not. It's late at night for you, right? Oh, that's nice. Then you should be doing, if you're on LAN today, you probably have a decent Twitch connection. It's 12 a.m. Insomnia time! Okay, so this one was edited. This one is half edited. This one has not been touched. I think that code's ready. So let's go ahead and we can merge. 12 a.m. You know, the only time I stay up that late is when YouTube is really good. Like, when sometimes you just get on the video binges and you just can't stop, you know? Then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, it's way past my bedtime, I should be asleep. But you know, insomnia is a lifestyle. Well, if you're a student, yes, it's a given, right? Just like not having a regular sleep pattern's definitely a given. This one was edited, so we are going to go ahead and confirm that merge. 100%. Perfectly designed to stay. Yeah, their suggestion algorithms are always on point, 112%. They just have no chill. I just wanted not. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead. We can resolve those conflicts ourselves. Should we do it in VS Code? I mean, VS Code is good. Not my favorite, but it does really good with Vim? Okay. We'll do Vim. It's really easy to do merge conflicts in VS Code. Really easy to do merge conflicts in VS Code. No, not part 3, part 1. Like, you have to think harder to do merge conflicts here. Where there? Didn't it say that there were merge conflicts on this file? Oh, I have to check out the right branch and pull it. For VS Code, 100%. The Vim bindings on VS Code are really nice. Like, really nice. But the Go language server, so the Go team moved like all of their tools over to the language server. Well, I guess as part of getting rid of the Go path dependency, they have a language server, which basically is supposed to kind of create an HTTP or TCP connection to online docs so that it will autocomplete or like do prediction and stuff like that. And somebody needs to, and it just is, it does not like me on VS Code. A lot of people don't have a problem with it, but like, I just won't get ignored. I'm gonna add the DS store. Anyway, yeah, like I never got it to work. Period DS. Yeah, so it's Go PLS. Go look it up. Like, it was released in conjunction with Go modules, so like it makes sense, right? And it's supposed to help it kind of work like how SourceGraph works, as far as helping you kind of know how to fill in your stuff and whatnot. Where is my merge conflicts? Oh, it was in types, right? So yeah. No, VS Code's great. It works really well. I just personally have never been... Oh, I froze again. F. I just personally have never been happy with how it performs. Is it just my camera that froze? Okay, so it's probably just timed out. That's fine, that's typical. Let's just do this. No, VS Code doesn't actually perform that bad. Like, most people I work with use VS Code. It's just really nice as a text editor. I'm faster in Vim. Except for when I do front-end stuff, which is never. And sometimes Markdown, JSON. I like their their formatting stuff. I do like their formatting stuff. Okay, was it just me or did it say I had merge conflicts in there? What the heck? Oh, but this is with master, so I would have to merge to master to resolve these conflicts. Oh, dang. Oh. Did I change some of this stuff on master? Okay. Oh gosh, I see what happened. Okay, so I need this gone, right? And then that should take care of that, and then we kill this. That should be happy again. Looks like I didn't update this with master. Yeah. They do have a lot of good extensions. But add the following variables. Okay. So get rid of that. Add the following variables. This needs to go. That's still there. You're gone. Okay. Looks like I might have to fix some formatting on this stuff later. We can also declare, oh, look at this. They're not even up to date. Like these merge things are just ridiculous. Is that all of them? I don't see any more red. Oh, there's one. There's one. I might redo all of these later. I hope I can get the playground stuff in line. That would be ideal, right? I'm missing something. There's one. Okay, now they should all be gone. Mark as resolved, commit merge, and now I can pull down my master. Cool. Okay, those are all good. And merge that. Okay. Did I merge conditionals? I wasn't supposed to merge conditionals. Dang it, let's undo that. That wasn't ready. That wasn't ready to merge. Closed. There we go. Yeah, this is good. This is not good. Conditionals. I want to revert this merge. Yeah, we were not quite ready to do that. Okay. Cool. So that branch can be gone. Now we have this. So if we go back, we should still have a branch called this one that was merged. Okay, I should be able to create that pull request again. Yeah, it's a lot more work than I thought. I like conceived it a while ago, and I said like, just because Go is not friendly to people who've never programmed before. I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's impossible for people who've never programmed before to learn Go. I just, you know. Okay, removing recursive strategy. So I started it a while ago and then I didn't do it, and then somebody reached out to me about like writing a course, and I'm like, well, I'm already working on one. So I went back and started working on it, and I'm actually got some motivation to finish it now. So now I should be able to create a pull request again. So yeah, it's definitely not easy at all, but I think it'll be worth it. And I'm definitely more proud of this one than a lot of other stuff I've done. Go play space. Yeah. So instead of merging it when I'm done, I just need to pull it down and then they'll be resolved. I don't see a difference. So where's that master stuff? Yeah, I changed that up quite a bit. Okay, mark as resolved. So this will merge that in and I can just pull it and be done. Yeah, so basically, I guess the order I just kind of got from personal experience, right? Like, coming into the industry after college, like the holes. I didn't study CS in college, but I did enough. And so I kind of just pulled the order from, like, the holes that I had in my understanding, right? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, what I thought I would need and where I'd want to go, and like, if you're walking in from nothing, like, there's a lot to learn and it's very intimidating. And so that's kind of why I put it in this order. It's like, it was the idea of if you're kind of like you're walking in from nothing, right? If you have no experience. Oh my goodness. What would you want to do? I am forgetting to breathe. I'm talking so much I'm forgetting to breathe and it's causing me to yawn. Check out branch. And then this would be, we're starting with bash. I believe that's the first section. bash git install. That's gonna be fun. That one's gonna be really fun because I get to convince people to use Vim over VS Code as their first text editor. I don't like IDEs. Some people swear by them, especially Java people. Java people swear by IDEs. I was like, nah. This is good. I was gonna add that to Yak. Part 1, the intro. I have never talked to anyone who uses Eclipse. That's like so old. That's interesting. I think we should have an intro and it was good for the pun. That doesn't. I'm can. No one. No. Nobody uses. It used to be really popular. I think. Tab readme. Let's do this. It makes it a good language for first-time programmers. Let's go ahead. Go programming language. Let's just title this, what is Go? Let's do this. We're gonna add my favorite new thing, note. I really like doing the double stars because it makes it bold. Let's provide an intro to why I'm writing this. The more time I spend in the software industry. Is that capitalized? Software industry? No. Software industry. The more I realize how much how easy what? PHP? Or I was saying it really funny last week, huh? It's like PHP. Yeah, I was having a blast with my PHP crap. I was doing it for my friend who was hazing me a little bit, giving me a hard time about PHP. So I just kind of did that tutorial just to get him back, prove that it's worth it. to say this. I want to say something like PHP used to be huge. I mean, like, it kind of did everything, right? Like, it was the super versatile tool, and now it's antiquated, old, not quite there. Camel case is very common still. Go uses camel case. Python uses snake case. But not underscores. Well, you also always get the jokes about people using VI to log onto the production servers to live edit the PHP, right? Like, basically was a nuclear bomb, and it got to be that at some point. That's pretty much why people don't use it anymore. I guess Slack was written in PHP, right? And then they've migrated. A lot of stuff is written in PHP. Not as much as Java, though. Java's still everywhere. Provided in boot camps. And software boot camps. Oh, Rust is really close. I mean, I don't think that C and C++ will ever disappear. Like, I don't think they'll ever disappear. But Rust is... Rust has a lot of safety nets, right? That were intentionally put into the language. To make it, I don't want to say easier to develop, but just intentionally, right? So that as you develop Rust, you're able to produce like a long-standing, safe, smart, especially with embedded, like just intentional program. And it still can go super low level, so yeah. I don't think it'll ever just replace C and C++ completely, but it does have a lot of the same use cases. And even though yeah, I don't quite know what you're trying to say there. DD Tortud? Welcome to the chat. Glad you could come join us. Do you have strong opinions about Rust, PHP, or C++? Where are your strong opinions coming from? Oh, you don't like my Spanish? And you hate me. Well, that's not very nice. And I thought my name was very clever. Almost as good as... Why would I go to Google Translate? I'm not gonna take my time to do that. Back to writing. Mine are she, her. Awesome. He, her, awesome. The reason behind this course is to provide free there's not a lot of people who do Go on Twitch. It's all Rust and JavaScript. I've been trying to trying to keep up with it, but most people do Rust and JavaScript. Icarus? That's how I would say that, Icarus. Yeah, I do Go all the time. If people want me to do Rust, Icarus. I can say Icarus. Dude, I'm not searching that, and yeah, this is not. How do we? I didn't want to do that. Did not want to do that, no. I'm trying to be a moderator and remove that. Say thank you. There we go. Bye! We don't need you anymore. It just took me a minute to ban him. I apologize. Yeah, he did not like my name, and he's just being a twit, so whatever. It's okay. That's why I can ban people. I just kind of assumed when he quit talking, he disappeared. You like, thanks. This is my my experiment into hair color. I've done gray before, but we're just having fun with color now. Might as well. Content, but for nice. This is actually the overtone teal. Oh yeah, well, you can't see my flag. My flag's over behind my camera. I do have a flag out here. Language. Go. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm just adding an intro to this tutorial because I don't think I ever did. My hair was a blue-gray mix for a minute, and then it all faded out, so I just bought overtone, and now I just do it myself, and it's super easy and super fun. Programming language. I think there is, like, not that, but like the very first vlog was like the why of Go or something, right? Which I think the shy of Go, the why of Go. Oh, an info queue? Concurrency and microservices? Well, we'll add this. I knew there was something called the way of Go. The Go programming language was developed at Google in like 2009? Nah, the Y of Go's by Carmen Ando. She's I hope I said that right. I might have added like 5 letters to her last name. She's on the Go team now. To help replace. She's yeah, on the Go team as part of their yes, the same company that made Angular. Yes. Rob Pike, Robert Griesman, and Ken Thompson were all at Google at the time when they made it. of the heavy and the camera died again? Yeah, it does that every once in a while. It has a hardware built into the camera itself. If the screen's not touched in 30 minutes, it just powers off. So, we have to remind it to wake up every once in a while. And complex C++ processes. C++, let's do infrastructure. Infrastructure. People are gonna, well, basically it's like to save a battery, right? Because it's a mirrorless camera that for like, but when it's not new, so I don't think they even had streaming in mind as a use for the camera when they wrote it. Since then, grown to a powerful tool for all types of programming. Yeah. It's mirrorless does 4K, but it won't stay on. Even though I have power plugged into it, it's not like it's running on a battery. So, it's not like a rewrite of Tor2Go. Well, I mean, it has all the same stuff, but it's a little bit closer to like, let me hold your hand while we dive into the concepts, right? Like a little bit more of a handhold. Because Tor2Go is like high level, right? Like it doesn't go deep, right? It doesn't like it. I don't think it's super friendly. I mean, it's great for people who have context, right? Like if you know how to program, go through Tor2Go, 20 slides later, you're ready to start programming. If you've never programmed before, 20 slides later, and you're like, great, now what do I do, right? Like it's not for that. I had somebody somebody's like, why even write this? We have Tor2Go, it's a repeat. And I'm like, no. I like the Go team even says it. The people have asked them, why don't you have more intro to Go stuff? And they said, we have an awesome community that writes this stuff, right? Like, we'll just leave it up to the community. And so I was like, well, good thing I'm writing one. Yeah, the Tor2Go was never meant to teach people how to program. It was meant to teach people who already know how to program Go syntax. All types of programming. And so we'll just do this and we'll say the Y of Go. They have said themselves in like Q&As that it's not user friendly. Like they've gotten that feedback for it not being like super friendly for beginning programmers. And like right? I'm pretty sure that's how she spells it. Yeah, so, like, yeah. So they just know it's, like, super, just the material's not there, right? And the fact that, my personal opinion, the fact that all of the tools are CLI based makes it really hard. The CLI, the terminal, is scary if you've never programmed before. But stuff like Python and JavaScript is really easy to learn web based. Like, you don't have to touch anything complicated. You just open VS Code and you start writing, and it's done, right? And it's super visual. You get, like, quick feedback. I like Go by example better than Tour of Go personally. Like, that's what I always go to for examples. I think it has but like yeah, Go by example is my favorite. There's a way. Well, yeah, but that's not by the Go team. It's by somebody else. And that's, yeah, why it's like they're just letting other people do it. Yeah. 100%. That's a lot of reason. The ease and JavaScript and Python can both be very visual, and it's really easy to teach somebody when they can automatically see something working, right? Like, you throw HTML up, you're like, I can program, I see the website, right? Go's not as easy to see. And that's another reason why it's not an easy intro thing. Like, people who've never programmed before really struggle with C++ classes in college or Java because you can't see it. But you do JavaScript and it, like, makes magical sense. And I don't want you. I want this. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay. Back. Yeah. The problem is that's the easy stuff isn't software development, right? Like, and that's why boot camps, at least the boot camps around me, have like started going down the tube because it's really easy to teach somebody like JavaScript and Node and not teach them how to program, right? Not teach them how to do anything, not teach them how to develop, and like, and that's 100% what's happened. It's just. Yeah, and CLIs are hard because you feel like you're gonna nuke something. At least that's how it was for me the first time I typed it in the command line. I literally thought I was going to break my entire computer. And that's like what's scary about it. And that's another reason why. So, yeah, that's why I think Go's hard for beginners. With your terminal. And part of why this tutorial takes, like, you go through a whole bunch of, like, super high-level concepts, and then we completely stop and dig into just tools, right? Like, we're going to talk about the terminal and bash commands and git and things like that. Because without those tools, you'll never, like, you can't be successful ready to go, right? And then we go back into, like, Go programs and actual, like, hard skills. The goal of this section is to introduce first-time users. If you are comfortable. See? Well, there you go. Comfortable since you were 12. You must have been one of those hacker kids that, like, hacked all their school's mainframes and broke everything. That wasn't me. When I was 12, I was playing GameCube. Yeah, I cared more about Nintendo video games than computers when I was 12. To skip ahead to section 3. And that would be part 3. What is that link? Write a Go server? Was that what you referenced to? A web server in Go? Yeah. Well, my thought was... Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, well, 5 years is more time than I've spent on using Linux. So... It's just a skill. You have to know how to write servers, right? Listen and serve. If you don't know how to write an API in Go, you're not gonna... Like, that's just super basic, writing an API, right? I'm not trying to get people to rewrite the Buffalo library. Just write an API. Like, that's about as basic as it gets, right? I think their first project should be an API. Why not? That was the first project I never had. Nobody ever taught me how to write an API until I went... Like, of all the programming courses I took, we never wrote an API. A year of Java in high school. We did C++ in college. All of the stuff I did for physics, we never wrote an API. There's a ton of great stuff on YouTube. I'm not trying to undermine other people's stuff. I'm just trying to... Mine's just a little bit more text-based, I guess. But yeah, people don't quite have that. And so, yeah. I guess that was the one thing. I didn't write an API. My first time writing an API at all, ever, was in an interview for a job. So, see? That's what I'm trying to do, is start for people who don't know what's going on. Okay, let's go ahead. Add update readme. Yes, but it's still scary. This idea of ports, what's a port? What's an address? What's a URI, or what the heck is DNS? It's just like stuff that we take for granted that people don't know. Easy to do. But we just need to hold just hold people's hands through it. I think I'm going to make this just an intro one. Super easy. Whoa, update, read? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Project. Add that. Cool. So now it's in the project and we have a good night. Get some rest, okay? Oh. There we go. Now we have another one. Okay. Nope. There are other useful commands too, and this is just me taking notes. Things that I use all the time. Copy, move, ls, and actually we're gonna do bash commands. And should we actually write a bash script? I don't know. And then we have additional help. And we have the next section. And that would be part 2.2 get. So this is going to be very much the same. So we're going to do this, and we're going to say Unix versus Windows. We're just going to say what is Unix. Cool. So I'm going to actually add an issue right here. And my thought is I don't program in Windows. And there's a lot of people who program in Windows, so I'd really like additional help with that part instead of just like having to help that. Intro to Windows terminal. I do not program on a Windows machine. I have never. Well, that's not true. I am very unfamiliar with how to use Bash with syntax for Windows-based terminals and or PowerShell. I am looking we need to add tutorial needs content for Windows based programmers. In the following sections. And we should actually add links to them so I can copy and paste from my table of contents. Oh, it's not here. Right? Oh, yep, I'm really bad at that. following sections. This can include tips, videos, or additional resources. Thanks. These sections are outlined. Content should include an explanation of basic topics, videos or images of process, and or additional resources for practice. Okay, I think we can add a project to this. We can add a label, good first user, and help wanted. And we don't have a pull request, submit a new issue. Put that on Twitter. Why does that picture look so blown out on Twitter? My pups look gorgeous. We need to tweet, say, looking for sugar daddy. Open source intro to programming tutorial. Looking for help with Windows from Windows from developers who have that's not how you spell have experience working in Windows. Working in Wonderbat. with terminal. That sounds like they're sick. Command line. Command line. Commando. And we'll do... Come on, camera. You're fine. Thanks. I mean, if you want to take your hand in it, feel free. Right? Like, we want as many... Golang, bash, git. Whoa. I wanted to send that, not press exit. How do I send it now that I've saved it for later? There has to be like, a like draft thing. I don't want to rewrite that. So now if I go to tweet, unsent tweets, how many do I have? Just one? Tweet. There we go. No, that should be sent. Cool. I want to call it a day on this, but I'm not quite done. I wanted to... Let's take a half an hour. And we'll pull up... Whoa! The music just started playing in my headphones. Oh, thank you, Icarus, for the follow. I'm glad you stuck around long enough to find me interesting, and that you now follow me. So that you can get more amazing content. Oh my gosh, that was a jolt. I'm quite jumpy sometimes. My dogs are asleep behind me. We went to the park before this, so... let's go make sure I have the right one checked out. I don't want that one. Get branch should list all the branches, I think. Cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got to sneeze. It'll probably pass, but... Okay, all good. Oh my gosh. Now the music's not playing anymore. Oh gosh. Wasn't expecting that. There we go. Oh. Get checkout embed course. I had this pulled up recently. The idea is I want to be able to add Go Playground to Hugo. Not sure what I wanted. Because that way I can make this tutorial a little bit more interactive. Okay. So I guess my plan is to read through this. And run it. Okay. When I originally started with Hugo, I began my blog with a prefabricated template. In my opinion, this is the best option if you want to start creating things to put on your site. Unfortunately for me, it still fell into this hole when I wanted to create a way for users to open my code up in Go Playground and run it themselves when I discovered the functionality wasn't pre-existing with built-in highlight shortcode. So I know it's not in shortcodes. For any of you who are not familiar with Go Hugo, which I should probably add a command for that. Shortcode, basically everything's written in Markdown, and shortcodes are just a way to embed things. So basically, it's just an association. They have a certain syntax of the Markdown that's associated with a piece of HTML, and they have a bunch of things built in, like Twitter and Vimeo and YouTube, stuff like that. Unfortunately for me, I still fell into this hole when I wanted to create a way for users to open up my code in Go Playground. Okay. I hope this would be similar to how Go by Example implements theirs. After asking Go Playground if I could reference a playground on my site, they specifically tell you they do. If you go to the Go Playground site, they said to shoot them an email. They're not going to say no. Basically, I think it's more of like to know if they're breaking people's stuff, right? Like, let's have an email list that we can release, like, to update about releases, right? For those unfamiliar, the highlight shortcodes provide... Oh. Yeah, I went about hacking myself in addition to the already preset highlight shortcodes. For those unfamiliar with the highlight shortcodes, provide syntax highlighting to Hugo site the variety of themes, a method to copy the code, as well as other features. Like this. Like, see, it has a copy. I want to have a run button, though. But we can figure that out in a minute. If I can be honest, the most challenging part about this was figuring out how to use CSS again. Yes! Yes! Oh gosh. I just used CSS probably once. So, for like a tutorial. So there's that. Since it's been so long since I was involved with it beyond seeing if I could get past the paywall in the inspector tools. Given that I knew this to be the case, I started writing the shortcode that would allow me to ignore my shortcomings with CSS and focus on my shortcomings with understanding how custom shortcodes were implemented. The reason I wanted this to be a shortcode rather than a partial is because the description of partial was exactly what I was. What I'm looking for. I needed to go. Wait. The description of partial was exactly what I was looking for. A small reusable bit of code that lived inside my content. I needed to insert it directly into the markdown file I was writing. Because this, I needed the URL to be given to the Go playground to redirect. What? That makes it sound like partials are a way better fit. Go Hugo partial? Partials are smaller context-aware components of your page templates that can be used economically to keep your templating dry. Okay, I think he just misspoke. I still think they meant shortcodes. Like, I want it to have, like how Godox does it. Like, essentially, my goal is if you're going to go to the package.go.dev, notice how package.go.dev has these examples right here. Wait. Let's just go to the home one. HTTP is fine. My goodness. But like, if you go down 12 years later, here, how it has this run, that's what I want. I want that. And I know these are pretty static. So, I thought about the other day. The other day I was at the Golang website. And hoping that that would have it. See, Golang package site. Content static. HTML, CSS, JS. I know it's served in Go. You have a Slack channel. Yes, Lynn, it's just the thought to me that the Go team has JavaScript developers on it for building this website. It's quite hilarious. Dev tools? I think this sounds about right. Create local DB. Migrations. I don't know. I wonder if I'd look for run. Yeah, and the code. All bash. Drop database. Run, Docker run. obviously they have a database running this. Content. There we go. Playground.typescript. So this obviously is not gonna be easy or fun for me, because I hate JavaScript and I've never used TypeScript. This still probably would be a great place to start though, because it's going to be a whole lot more curated than just staring at code. Okay. And practice the execution of a short code with simple. You add that to a layouts.short go path. Let's go ahead and we'll add that. Make dir layouts.short codes. One thing about Hugo is they do care about path quite a bit. I'm just going to call this playground. The HTML. There we go. Okay. Oh, I never asked. I need to follow up. Okay. I'll show you. I have a lot of friends in high places. And so this guy right here. Hey Mark, how you doing, Mark Songs? This guy right here. Oh gosh, you can't even see it. It went dark, huh? Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see? Is it gonna reflect too much? Can you even focus on it? No, it won't. Let me see if I can refocus on it. Come on. Oh wait, no, unfocus. Can you read that? It said Steve Francie on it. So Steve Francia works at Google. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're doing good. We're trying to, we've been working on our tutorial today, and we got quite a bit done, and now we're going to, spend about 15, 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out how to add live code to my website, well, to any website, to any Hugo site, to any static website, right? It's kind of contradictory, right? The idea of having a static site. So it's intro to programming, but it's like written in Go. So the idea is Go would be your first programming language type thing. Anyway, so Steve Francia, head of product at the Go team, on the Go team at Google, just retweeted my tweet. And anyway, he's my friend. Retweeted my tweet about, yeah. So basically, I had tweeted asking for help on my tutorial. I'll share it with you. So I'm at the part where we goes very much like command line interface driven, because all the tools are there and whatnot. No, we'll just go to the tutorial webpage. Come on. My internet's kind of being laggy, because that's what it does after I've streamed for a long time. Here's my tutorial link. Let's go ahead while I'm at it. Let's just add a command to the Streamlabs so that anyone can pull up that tutorial at any point in time. This is the easy way of adding commands. You do it on a web page instead of like having to program it. Anyway, so this is gonna take me 12 years to tell this one story. So tutorial. Here is the GitHub repo with the intro. Actually, we're just gonna add with this. Want to start learning to program? 12 years. Can I do it in less than 12 minutes? Maybe if I quit getting distracted. 2 programs. So anyway, I don't program on Windows ever. I haven't done it since I was in high school. Well, like, who uses Windows? So yeah, who uses Windows? So, but to make it like accessible to anybody who wants to learn how to program, we need to teach them how to use the terminal on a Windows machine. So I essentially created an issue and said, everybody out there, I need your help. If you know how to use Windows, because apparently I don't, can you help me? You like make a pull request, right? I just created an issue and tweeted it, and then I got a retweet immediately. He probably just like literally has a bot that retweets things that are, I'm a very important person. I don't know. Like, I mean, I use a Mac. I don't develop in Linux. Anyway. So this should go in that shortcode file. I can just press copy, I think. I don't know. But, like, how often do you do PowerShell stuff? Right? Like, how often are you on the Windows terminal? I do it a little bit at work, like, to run executables, like exe files, but that's it. Like, I don't do it enough to, like, I think, really be effective. So this is a class run. Anyway, so basically see? Yeah, so like, well, if you use the command terminal, then you should be fine. But, yeah, there's people out there who know it better than me, who I think would be a lot better at creating the content. And that's kind of like the idea. Anyway. And so he retweeted it. And if you go and listen to the last time he was on the Go Time podcast, he said that he prefers to develop on Windows, which is really funny because he works at Google and uses a Mac. Like, his work-provided computer is an Apple computer. It's really funny to me that Google provides their employees Apple computers, like their developer employees, their software engineer employees. I don't know. Things like that are funny. Anyway. However, if you don't understand shortcodes immediately, know that I was exactly where you're starting. Above, you can see that the second line is grabbing a string URL. Yeah. With a built-in .get function that comes around with Hugo templating that is part of the Go HTML parsing package. Yeah. I can pass the URL in the markdown file using the following syntax. Go play URL blah blah blah, where ABC is the end of the URL of the saved Go playground. You can use a form rather than a button because I didn't want see a way for a button to reference a .url and open a new tab right away. I don't... Anyway, I'm starting here. I'm just starting here. Okay. I want it to look like this, though. I want it to look like this. I want there to be an example that you click and it opens and it's pretty code. That's all I want. So this, I just Googled build a Go playground with Hugo shortcodes. So here we can put that in the chat too. Right, so the idea, my website's built in Hugo. Well, it's static again, right? So Hugo's very similar to Jekyll in Python. It just parses Markdown and builds a static site for you. But I guess my idea was, yeah. So the idea is this tutorial that I have that's on GitHub, like reading through Markdown or reading it on GitHub's not super accessible. So like I want to put it on a website where people can go and like interact with it, and especially for like the beginner stuff, like the I've never programmed before stuff. It'd be really nice to just use Go Playground and just run it, right? Instead of like have to copy and paste it to a new thing just to like run it in line. So that's kind of where I'm going. Oh, see, but he does have a run button. But his run button opens a different site. Okay. Yeah. See? Okay, see, but this site is made with Hugo, which mine is too, but his has a copyright, which mine does not. I never figured out how to do that. I'm really bad. Short codes Go, HTML, in practice you do that. However, I don't understand. Okay. You'll notice that the class overarching is run. And there's a type submit input as play buttons. So he added these, right? Display flex and play button hover. Well, I might as well add them, right? Like, I can change it later. No, we'll just do it from Vim. I think I already have a static resources. So resources, no, not readme. Resources, static. Oh, where did I have static? I might not have had it on these page. Static should be its own thing. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, it needs to be in actual Vim land for that to work. Are we in Vim land? Yeah, we are. Archetypes, no. Content, no. Layouts. So that's where shortcodes live. Yes, so I do have a section in the future about... I thought we had static in there. Okay, so it looks like we do need to make a static. Set an environment using GitHub plus VH Code, but it's probably a mess. Yeah, so the Go path stuff never makes sense to new people, which is why I will have a section about that when we download Go, like the whole mod thing. But like, I guess the idea, right, is kind of just to create a dependency tree. Like, that is the original purpose of GoPath. Well, good thing you're on Twitch, because that's all I do is do it hard stuff. Not right now. Right now I'm apparently messing with the website. But I guess the concept high level is like to create a dependency tree, right? I need to make the directory first. Right, and so you're just saying where your dependencies are, and what Go mod does is it references where your code fits in that dependency tree. Like, they used to require that your code live inside the dependency tree, right? So if you publish it to GitHub, it would be in the GitHub part of the dependency tree, and that's where your code would just have to live. But now with GoMod, you can just reference it and say, oh, my code's on GitHub. That's where you look for dependencies. And so, yeah. Well, they do go all over the place. I guess it depends on how you have your path set up. But, like, right? Like, you can alias them to anywhere. Like, Golang has Golang.com or Google.com for their source. You can do Bitbucket. Like, if you want to see, let's find, I can show you. Like, if we're talking about GoPath. So, let's do this. It's just easier to see this way. I don't know why. So, I have a GoPath. That's aliased as part of, not that, GoPath, right? And so that's saying that everything that's going to have to do with my Go program is going to live inside that path. So if I can cd to the Go path, right, we have source, package, and bin. So bin is all binaries that you install. So if you ever run go git-u, it will install the associated binary that lives in bin. I don't ever pay attention to package. I've never had to. So if you look at source, like the first level down is like the base of your tree, right? And so you're going to have things that start there. You're going to have, so this right here is everything that's built by Go, right? I have GoNum, I import stuff from there, the GoBot stuff, but like 90% of what I have is going to be in the GitHub stuff, right? So if I just do ls GitHub, like, so my work stuff, like if I was on my works one, my work would have, there would be a Weave Lab one right here, right? Like, so basically, you can create whatever kind of alias here and define it and set it up. So if you ls GitHub, which is what almost every one of, most people just keep it on GitHub. Oh, it's source GitHub, right? So now this is basically every single dependency I have is pretty much going to live under here. So these are all programs and stuff. See, look, apparently I have a clips thing. Like right here, this Fati is where all my Vimgo stuff lives. This right here is where Cobra stuff is. This right here is where all the X package stuff lives. And then this right here is mine. So when I do a Go mod, I'm going to say Go mod init. Init, and I basically say, this is my repo. It lives inside with all of my stuff. And yeah. And it lives inside GitHub, right? So it just basically says where inside your Go path your stuff lives, and then you can put it anywhere else. So if we went up to like my home, so I basically put all of my stuff here. So I have code, and then in code I have this place called Go projects. And that's where all of my code itself lives. Even though I do have dependencies that like are under there, like if I were to import my own library, my library code would be under here. But I put all of my stuff here. So basically, everything that's in the Go folder is just dependencies. And that Go path takes care of itself 90% of the time. You just define where inside that Go path your stuff would fit. And yeah, Go path is really confusing. It made a whole lot more sense when you were forced to use it for dependencies. Like, when you were forced to make sure your code was living in the exact right place in there, because then you're like, oh yeah, now it relates this way through whatever kind of tree you're using. But, you know, now it's kind of, it's a little bit harder to wrap your head around and a lot easier to use. That's kind of how it is right now. So if I did something like that, I would... Yeah, you could 100% do that. I want to upload. I can just open this. I mean, I guess I should say what you're describing right there makes perfect sense to me. No, you would put it inside of your source. I mean, you could put the code wherever you want. But that local/project name is just where the dependency reference would be, right? You're just referencing where the dependencies should live. So you do want to keep the SRC. Yep, that's all it does. 100%. It extends the path into your project. Way easier to use, a lot harder to understand. So now that I have static, I could tape static, and then it should be playground.css. Definitely mess around with it, right? Like me, I could talk about it all day, and until you get your hands dirty, it's never gonna make any sense. I really like how it just takes these and adds them. What the heck? Above the Go Play button class is in charge of the actual button. I moved the internal text around a bit and changed the background color to match the copy button. Well, that's fine, that's whatever. I was gonna delete 90% of that stuff anyway. Like this. And that's fine. Yeah. I mean, it'll be really fun to write about that stuff in the tutorial and like try and describe it in English, because it's not something I think about in English. I just kind of do. Right? A lot of coding is just doing, not really necessarily thinking. Interesting. So, I mean, theoretically, this could work, right? You see the code, and it imports the markdown. And just runs. I think what we need to do is I need to somehow, right, this is a thing. And I need to somehow check this out as like a submodule. and this needs to be in content. So we would go cd content, right, that has things. Bye, Lulu. The other issue I have is that if I try to run something in the IDE, it will delete unused. Yes, it does that all the time. That's part of the Go import tool. Like, but it totally messes up the way I learn stuff, which is to test out little sections of the code at a time. For instance, I've been trying to figure out how to connect a DB, but there's too much code and it has to be present for it to compile, which I need in smaller chunks to troubleshoot through the other issue I have. Okay, I'll say, so you did hit enter twice. Yeah, so that's part of the Go import tool. That's built, so like if you have VS Code Go, that package or tool or whatever they call them in VS Code. Hey Lulu. Hey girl. If you have that installed, the tool, it's Go import automatically imports things that you're using and removes imports that you're not using, right? So what I would recommend is that if you're not using it, just comment it out. It won't delete it if it's in a comment. Long term, it's really nice that you don't have to manually manage your imports, that it just automatically imports it if it's in your Go path. Like long term, it's super invaluable. But like if I'm trying to, and it, yeah, like if you have a section of code commented out and you save, it deletes that import. So it should automatically import it again. Like you should be able to uncomment your code and it should import it again, right? Like it should add those imports for you when you save. But if it doesn't, yeah, I just comment it out. Like super common. I mean, that's kind of my workaround because I think that tool is super nice. So yeah, in content, I need to, Hugo. Can I do this? Go Hugo. Hey girl. I got two dogs under me. You want to say hi? Oh, you are saying hi. Say, look right there and say hi, Twitch. Hi, chat. Hi, Max. Oh, thanks for the cheer. That's super awesome. You're the first person to ever cheer on my channel. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Just to answer questions. Right? That's first ever cheer. I think you've just set a record. You're now my favorite person because you cheered my channel. Yeah. Go Hugo. Add markdown from GitHub. Yeah, that's what I want. See, now you have a little badge 1 because you're literally the highest donor ever. Hey, pup. My dogs are getting restless. I've been out live for 2 hours. And they're like, what? Discourse Hugo, configure markup, add markdown templates for hook, blog tutorial using markdown. Let's... I know, I think it's super cool too. I couldn't ever figure out how to get bits. I might stream on Twitch, but I'm really bad at using it, so I have like no idea. I have a GitHub repo with markdown docs. Currently linked among them is the filename.md format. I'd like to render the docs in Hugo. Okay. I kind of just read that really fast. I mean, I don't know. The Docker documentation deals with Dual homed linking. I don't know. Have you? So do I have a video tutorial on doing CRUD with Golang? No. I'm in the process of, so on Fridays I have this web scraper project I work on. And I am about to integrate that with Firestore DB. So I do some create, replace, update, delete. That's what CRUD is. I always forget what the R is, and I'm pretty sure it's replace. CRUD. It's like create, update, delete. What is R? It's replace. So, like if you're trying to do it in SQL, I don't have that. I do have, in my web scraper, I'm doing GET requests with a web server. And I am in the process of adding Firestore. So I'm going to be using Cloud Firestore as a document store. So I will be doing create and updates. So I'll be doing partial. I'll be doing some CRUD stuff with Firestore. But I haven't gotten that far. I wonder if that's something that would be good to add to my tutorial. I don't know when this tutorial is going to even get done, but I wonder if I even have that. So I know API example using Go modules, Docker, web crawler unit test linters, deploying a service. On Fridays, yes. Every Friday from like 1:30 Mountain Daylight Time to about 5, depending. This last Friday, my internet, I've had so much problems with my internet, but yeah, that's usually when I work on them. I might do some stuff this week. I don't know. I have a speaking engagement where we're doing like a Golang install party where we like help people install Go and set up. I can find you a video if a video is all you want. See, I'm totally distracted. What do you need, girl? The streams that are good and do not get ruined by internet, I publish them to my YouTube channel. So all streams are 30 days on Twitch, and then the good ones get published to YouTube. And by good ones, I mean not bad ones. Like this one from Friday, I got 0 done because my internet crapped out, like it wouldn't work, and then anyway, just for funk. So yeah, that's it. My YouTube link, I have the information right there. It's also on the channel. But I would, if you're looking for CRUD stuff, or basically any Go stuff, this channel, Just for Funk by Francesc, another friend of mine, is really great. I'll send you the link. He doesn't actively do stuff, but I didn't realize that was a top. He added a little gopher. He has everything. He does Go modules, so if you have stuff with that, they have HTTP servers. Look, he's got some SQL stuff in there, and like it's all live. It's live coding style. It's just a little bit more curated and a little just for funk. F-U-N, like function. Here's the link. Function. Yeah, really great stuff. He made this channel while he was working on the Go team at Google, and then when he got a new job, kind of quit making videos, but the content's still killer. I watched a lot of them when I was learning Go. Content view templates. See, that's not what I want. I want to... Okay, the other thing I can do configure markup, add markdown template took from link. Using Markdown, GitHub, and Hugo. Okay, maybe this will be helpful. Create your GitHub repositories, github.io. Okay. Okay, I've never used that. Add submodule theme, Anko, my first post. Generate server, modify. Okay, so it says, here's the hide theme. Of course, Steve Francia had that. Publish on GitHub pages, great. That's not helpful. Wait, he did have two separate ones, right? Like he had... Oh. No, he didn't have two separate ones. The other thing I would like to learn, which I have heard mixed things about, is to create GUI front ends for my Go projects. Why have you heard mixed things about them? That's super common. Like, swap my work. Our entire backend is Go, and the entire front end is React. And we just use a REST API to connect them. Import GitHub button. How to create your first blog. Go Hugo add. Well, that's a lie. Yeah, at work we just use REST to connect them. So you can actually, there's a package called the Go HTTP or HTML package. Yeah. Essentially, we use TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and then just do the REST endpoints. Super easy. Go Hugo. Markdown. See, this is what yeah. So you can do that, but there's also a package, like built into the Go standard library. They have an HTML templates package that you can use functions to build stuff into. I've actually done that. Yeah. So if you want another example, oh, it's not here. I don't think I have that one publicly available. Oh, I do have it on one of my things. Like, this isn't super nice by any means, and I'm not saying you should use this as example code because it's not production ready, but it's just an example of how to do it. I think it's here. Meetup chat server, Nats chat server. Yeah, I didn't finish this. I kind of abandoned this one a while ago, but I think I used that HTML package in here. In my pull request that I never merged. Yeah, I think it was in that. Yeah, but essentially, oh, did I not add any files to that? We can just, I'll just search for it. See, you get me distracted really easy. Yeah, Golang HTML template package is this. Oh look, they have a go by example. So you can create functions and they just fill it out for you. So if you have an HTML file with something like this in it, no, you just use their package. So you don't actually, with this, you're not using REST. So you just have static files that you fill with content from your Go stuff. It does require some kind of a refresh, like it's not dynamic, it would still remain static. But for simple stuff, it's fine. Oh my goodness, I'm super yawny. So this like, see how it has this HTML right here, and it says for range of items, you're gonna add stuff, and basically this items right here is associated to that, and this title right here is associated to that, and you just use the template to fill those in statically. And you can add buttons and JavaScript and stuff, and it's like possible. 100% possible to do that. It's just not, it's not dynamic, right? So you're not going to be able to interact with it as well as like a full node JavaScript stuff. Yeah! You can do a refresh on a button click 100%. That's actually how it's typically, like, for people that want things super static, that's how they'll do it. I'm wondering if it's possible to render a markdown file based off a link to a markdown file. You could mount the repo in question with its contributing file as your content. Yes, that's what I want to do. I think. Read file path. Okay. So no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think Emojify, file exists, word count, abs URL, functions get page. Get page returns the page of a path. Both site, like blogpost.md. I'm still gonna just copy it. I should be able to just do a submodule inside there. And then okay, pups, should we call it a day? Yeah. GitHub blog working with submodules. Should we call it a day, pups? Why isn't it loading? Because my internet's being crap. Okay. I'm never gonna... It's been a while, but if you use the button to submit and then point back to the static page, it would refresh that way. Assuming that this... Yeah, that's... You can refresh on any button, right? And that would refresh... It would just basically re-render, right? It just has to re-render, and that's static. As long as rendering's involved. If it doesn't render, then it's dynamic, right? It's just saying how much content do I have to have living in the browser. Why didn't you open, you dumb thing? So yeah, it's totally possible. 100%. All the stuff you want to do is possible. Live your dreams. Okay. So we'll just do this. Get submodule. I mean, this is a branch, so Git submodule add. That's not what I wanted. I wanted you. Okay, so now add, and we'll just call you tutorial. So right, so now we do have a tutorial, and if I remember right from Hugo, not with custom output, but from content management, it says that you have to have like some kind of, okay, so when you do directories, right, you have to have an index.md. Yeah, it said something about sections can be nested as deeply as you need. And important to understand is that to make the section tree fully navigable, at least the lowermost section needs the content file index.md. But like this one doesn't have those. Oh, blog does. So, hey, you're welcome. Sorry, no, I'm not trying to finish up. I keep getting distracted. I just don't want, I feel like if I leave right now, I will not have gotten anything done. So that's 100% why I keep saying, okay, dogs, let's go. And then I don't do anything. I just need to add an index.html. I'll just move the tutorial readme to an index. Yep. Nope. Yeah. That's not what I wanted. So now if I tab my index, it's gonna, crap, I broke it. Git checkout index. No, they already went to the park. They can get over themselves. Okay. Like, we were at the park for a whole hour. They had a lot of fun. They just are very needy, because I just want to see if this works. Like, no such file or directory. Okay, so maybe if I just go here. I just want to see if I can link to my tutorial and if it is navigatable. Is it navigable or navigatable? That's all I want to see. If it like, that's all I want to see. So this should be, they just want to lay on me. And this should be tutorial. readme.md. That's all I want. Like, if I do this, I will at least feel like I accomplished something on this embed. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that that is a word. How come it's not letting me click on that? Oh, because the HTTP is not there? That's where I want to go. Right, so now... that didn't run, did it? Okay. Cool. Still broken. I don't think I've even pushed this, so we'll still leave that there. I need to get better at this. I'm really bad at rating people, because I always just sign off. But anyway, let's see who's on here. We'll give you a raid. And then I will watch them for a minute. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you came today. I have 2 meetups this week. I have a meetup on Tuesday and a meetup on Wednesday that I will be. So we are talking about Kubernetes on Tuesday, and we're talking about convolutional neural networks on Wednesday. This one is super fun. His stuff is crazy fun. NVIG Confim stream. I develop things. There just isn't like... There's no Golang stuff. So feel free to come to my meetups. The links are here. Meetup.com, Women Who Go Utah, or Machine Learning Utah. Those are my 2 meetups this week. I'll be back again on Friday. I feel like I should say like and subscribe. Convolutional neural networks, or CNNs, are deep learning. It's a deep learning model that basically... Speed one's Patreon Artisan. I don't know what I clicked. So convolutional neural networks are deep learning models that have multiple layers, and the idea of basically it describes the way that the nodes are connected. So the idea with the neural network is, as you train your machine learning model, it has multiple steps. Will you go back? I was trying to find an interesting Twitch stream. Twitch doesn't work, I guess. So it defines the way that the nodes are connected, right? And basically what each node does is it says, this data point relates to this other data point in this way. And so each node defines a relationship, and it passes information to other nodes. And that is... Come on, I want to look at science and technology and search for programming. Not that hard. One day, I'm going to build an API. So this other guy, he built an API that queries the Twitch API, and it just gives him a curated list of people who are streaming and how long they've been live, so that he can just raid people from that list. It's super easy. Anyway, yeah, so convolutional neural networks, that's what they do. Get hyped with a Twitch gift card. You can give people money to subscribe. Ruby, NASA. I don't know what this Lundum thing is. PHP for noobs. Oh, that's what we need, more PHP. Yes. Right? Because it could go, instead of just being linear, it could go, basically the idea is you could have like 15 nodes running in parallel, and then they descend to different, like each one of those nodes can descend to 3 or 4 or 5 different nodes, and then they can pass information back to different nodes, and information could end up traveling in a circle. Like, it's not a linear relationship. And And that's kind of how it works. Init Vim to init Lua. I at least do Vim. So let's do him. Like, I don't know. I don't do a lot of machine learning stuff anymore. But I do run the meetup and it should be very good. The alt 4 stream. Anyway, I'll see you this week. I hope that you all have a good time, and thank you so much for all of the subscriptions and the bits and just hanging out with me. And no, you don't need an invitation. Just go to meetup.com and look for the Forge meetup. And yeah, I think I have the links to the Forge meetup below. But yeah, the machine learning meetup. Just come. There's a stream open to everybody, and I love seeing people there. Connecting to chat.